Hello, everybody. This is the
Morning.
IB Club podcast. Everybody say hi.
Your voice.
I'm not changing my voice. This is how I'm talking. This-
Fucking bad.
what do you? Be quiet, man. Let me just have it. Anyways.
Good morning.
This is not morning.
It's the afternoon.
It's the
It's
afternoon.
currently
It's morning
5:44
somewhere.
PM.
Trust.
I mean, the sun's already set, so.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
Hey,
go.
I still see the sun.
Where? Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, maybe, somehow. Anyways, this is the first episode of the IB Club podcast. Essentially, the whole point of this is a cast project. What we want to do is we want to discuss some of the things that are happening in our lives, along with things in the media, global issues we want to talk about, perspectives, context, and how we can approach and aid people around the world with this. As well as helping other IB students, maybe some tips, talking about what we like, what we don't, etc. Like I said earlier, my name's Edward, and I think we're gonna go around saying everybody's gonna come around, say what their name is, etc. So I'll pass it over to Renell. Renell, what have you got to say about yourself?
I'm Renell.
Nice. Okay.
I'm Sam.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, man. I'm pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm Sean.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, Edward didn't even give an intro. He just said he's Edward, okay?
Yeah.
Say shit about
That's true. I
What
guess.
else are we supposed to say about ourselves?
No, maybe we'll
I don't
go.
think we have any qualifications.
That's
We're in
true.
grade 12 IB.
Right. We go to
Oh, yeah.
GW Williams Secondary
Should we
School.
disclose that?
Who
Should we
cares?
disclose our- Okay, whatever. We doxed our school.
Oh, we dox our school. There we go.
Dude,
There.
no one's gonna listen to this.
Who knows? We'll see. Okay. So, let's start off. Let's talk about what we have been like up to recently. So, for example, for me, I watched a few shows as of recently, which I've been into. I watched Bleach, so I finished.
You started Bleach?
I've done Bleach. I finished
You're
Bleach.
done Bleach? Oh my god, Urahara? Oh my
That's not
god.
helping.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, Samantha. Anyways, I watched Bleach. It was pretty good. I think it was great. Everybody should give it a shot if you're into anime,
Anime.
right?
It's really good.
Really good. What else? I've also watched. I've been keeping up with shows. I watched Euphoria. It's pretty good.
Wait, I don't have HBO Max.
I've been pirating it. I've just incriminated myself.
I read it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't want to. Okay, you're right. I'll do that.
What about you guys? Have you guys watched any shows? Anything like that?
I did watch something. I forgot it was though.
Fair.
Yeah.
What about you,
I'm
Sean?
excited for the Batman movie though.
That
Yeah.
sounds sick.
I know.
I've been waiting for the Batman movie for like 3 years. now.
Ages. Right.
Yeah, precisely. What about you, Sean? Have you watched anything?
As for shows,
It could be movies too.
I
Guess
guess,
what?
I'm just like starting off with shows. I guess the only thing I'm watching consistently is Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, peak.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty good.
I'm specifically like avoiding any like Attack on Titan media because I know I'm gonna
Spoilers.
be
Yeah.
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 I read the manga. It's really good, but I'm not saying nothing. Promise. Uh-huh. What about you, Renal? Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Not to. My bad. My fault.
It was a while ago, but like Spider-Man.
Right.
No, wait.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, because
Spider-Man was good.
yeah, I'm like huge into the Marvel stuff. I can tell by my icon.
I'm a
Real.
DC person.
I
Yeah,
I also. Yeah. I also, yeah. Sorry, not to interrupt. My fault. Yeah, I'm also a DC guy, but I was gonna watch Spider-Man, but I had Samantha narrate the whole thing to me.
Oh yeah, because I'm really cool. I'm a really good narrator. Okay, unlike somebody.
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, Renell, what about you? What do you? Haven't watched any
Haven't watched
movies?
anything in a while, so.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
What about music? You into? Have you heard any good new music?
Oh yeah, there's a really cool band. The
Yeah.
What band?
well,
Yeah.
Okay. what's it called? They're called Persephone, but they just made a new album. I think it's really cool.
Oh, you guys should listen to my friend's music. His name's Keanu Bacall. His song is I Won't Run. It's got 10 million streams. Please.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It wasn't. Did you post him or something?
Yeah, I did post him.
I see. I think I listened to it a bit. It was alright.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. It wasn't bad.
I actually didn't. Okay, I know this sounds really stupid, but I didn't know you made money off Spotify. I know that's really stupid, but
Yeah, you get real. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, like I asked him, like, did you make any money? And he told me he made like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. I think.
Money off Spotify?
Yeah, I think there's a royalty rate. I think it's like 4,000 streams for $1,000, something like along. No, that's a lie. That's a big lie.
Makes sense. It did get 10 million.
It's definitely something.
He
Yeah.
got 10 million streams. I don't want to say how much money he got because I don't want to say that, but he got a lot.
Yeah, it's like usually there's like a conversion. Sorry, 1,000 streams is like $10, or like it's like different for different streaming services. So like if you get like a few million, you might get a few $1,000s off like a few million streams. So that's what I've heard.
Do you get any off SoundCloud?
Yeah, I do like a distribution thing. I do like different streaming services and stuff, but I make no money. I made like $5.
For the hobby.
It's a hobby. Yeah, I'm having fun.
Or the passion.
With the
Passion.
talk to him, literally. But yeah. Oh yeah, but Renel, I was looking at the Grammy nomination. I think Gojira actually are nominated for like a
Yeah, because they're actually.
Oh,
really
what's the
good.
Grammys?
like it's for like there's like a medal, like best metal album. I think Gojira has a best metal album. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I just didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their drummer also
Right.
was named the best drummer of his time or whatever.
Wow, that's pretty sick. I can't lie. What about you, Sean? You listen to any music recently? Anything new?
Yeah. So there was this new artist, Loki. I found him on TikTok, but
All good.
he's good. His name is Toby, but like everything's capped except for the I. So
Okay.
TOBI. And like he's a Canadian rapper. I don't know that much about him, but he's like the most he got on a song was like 1 million streams. He's not like that big, but he's still definitely, and like he's honestly really underrated. I suggest you guys check him out.
Okay, we'll look into it. Like Toby, like
Oh, I see.
Toby,
I
like
see, I
the I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, the TOBI.
Oh, that looks sick. He has a great like website design. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His album covers look nice. They look clean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I suggest you guys check out Made Me Everything Part 2.
We'll look into that.
Sure.
What about you, Sam? Any music?
I'm not really a music person, but Keshi has a concert in Toronto. I wanted to go, but I didn't really feel like buying the tickets, and they're sold out now. So
That's fair. Yeah. I don't even know. Like, I'm worried about like tickets because I have Tyler tickets, right? For like, or I think like March. Yeah.
March.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go because like I don't know if they're gonna cancel it, if they're gonna refund me the tickets. I don't
Are
even
they
know.
do vaccination checks?
They
you
might.
did you get the whatever it's called, the insurance on them?
I think so. I can either sell them because the resale is going really good. Like,
Yeah, it should get good.
yeah, like I think I bought them for like 100, and like all the seats in my section are like going for 250 now because I got them early. But I don't know. I'll try and sell them, but like yeah. But you're right. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard like being comfortable buying tickets. You know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
heard Doug Ford's like thinking about what's the word? They're not gonna do vaccination passports anymore. I don't know if that was a rumor or not. I don't know if
Oh.
they're actually gonna do it.
Interesting. Oh, that's actually going to be part of our global discussion. That actually, what I think we can. I think we can migrate to that about now to the global discussion. We can start off with that actually, talking about the whole vaccination thing. One of the things
Protest.
exactly, yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about. So, we have that trucker, what's the name? The convoy, right? That's been an issue recently. So for those who don't know, there's been a huge kind of amassing of truckers and others, right, who have been protesting the whole vaccination mandate, etc., the whole mandatory vaccination to enter places, yada yada yada, and Sean, you know more about this? Wasn't there like one in Ottawa, right? Something about that.
Yeah. So, essentially, a lot of truckers decided to drive their trucks up to Ottawa and then block off some streets or like some major highways and stuff like that. I don't know if it was highways, but definitely streets. And then they carried one out. I think it was sometime last week on Saturday. I was actually there because I was out with my friend at the mall, and then it was like all the truckers were like starting off at the mall or like major malls like Vaughan Mills, Markville, SDC, Upper Canada, and then they would all like go down to downtown collectively.
Yeah.
And, like block off the major streets over there, especially in front of, I think it was the provincial government.
Yeah, I think the New York Times actually discussed it. Yeah, there's like a few articles on this, and they talk about it, right? So like, from what I understand, there's like quite like some severe like consequences for covering certain roads here.
Well, yeah.
Right. Like it's not like just a light protest. Like they're fully covering roads. A lot of people can't pass. But yeah, why we wanted to talk about this, or why we wanted to discuss this, is that we can also kind of speak of the perspective here, right? Usually, like the whole idea of protesting, since we are in Canada, freedom of speech is an interesting topic because a lot of people, and this is a problem that isn't only with the trucker convoy, right? We often see this with many other problems where people tend to connotate freedom of speech and kind of going too far sometimes. However, we want to take kind of an unbiased opinion here, so we kind of, I think what we can try to do is maybe talk about how like the motivations behind doing this kind of a protest, and also the cons, right? So one of the things I've heard, right, about this is that even though there are large groups of truckers protesting, maybe peacefully or within measure, there are a few examples. I think people have seen this, like people coming with Nazi flags and
were those related? Because I heard about like people feeling like scared in their houses because of the Nazi protest. Was that related to the truck convoys?
It could be. I'm not going to confirm or deny. I'm not sure myself, but I know for sure that there has been certain members of the trucker convoy that have walked around with the flags, and there has been a case of where some hooligans have like defaced a Terry Fox statue in Ottawa. Again, we shouldn't be taking this out of context. Those people were then punished for their crimes, obviously. But one of the big issues with this is that there are probably people in the trucker convoy who want to peacefully protest for their right to do so and so without being vaccinated. However, if we kind of always connote radicalized behavior and extremism to any kind of ideology, we're going to have problems, right? Like, it probably puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth to kind of say trucker convoy and then not think of the Nazi thing. It's like you automatically connotate it, right? What do you guys think? You guys have any opinions on this?
I think it's. You want to go, Sean?
No, it's okay. Mine's a bit long, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think a good way to look at it is the fact that it didn't spread. So there are like a select few individuals with like extremely radicalized views and, you know, bringing the flag and everything. But then in reality, what ended up happening is they got shut down pretty quickly, and then protest continued on in its more or less peaceful manner.
Right.
So, you know, in that kind of environment, it's very easy for messages like that to spread, but I think it's important to see how quickly it didn't. So, yeah, that's just how I see it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, is that why Darfur did the state of emergency?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think from what I've heard, it's like up to 1 year jail sentence.
Right. I've heard $100,000 fine as well. I'm not
both.
Right. But Sean, you were gonna say something, right? About like you had an idea.
Yeah. Hold on, it like just escaped my memory. It's honestly, I find it kind of interesting. Like the dynamics of this protest specifically. I mean, okay, I guess we can get the elephant out of the room. Like you guys were talking about the Nazi flag and like how some people like really connotate with it.
Right.
Personally, I find it ironic because like yes, we do seem to like generalize like the right and especially the people who are against vaccine mandates. But then like, sorry.
No,
No.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So like, but that's like the exact same happening from the other side, right? And I think that like a lot of the ways in which we approach the issues is exactly like what determines the outcome. So for example, we can't like go in just not, I don't want to say defacing, that's not the right word, but like, we can't just go in like making these assumptions about these types of people and like not expect them to do the same to us. Because when people when people on the right point to like, oh, Black Lives Matter was like very anarchist, they were like they were fucking up Missouri.
Right.
Yeah, there were some, but with every single protest, with every single movement, with every single religion, there's always going to be those radicals, and it's never proper for us to connotate those radicals with the rest of the group or community, right? Like, we don't associate Christianity with the KKK, but we associate Islam with I mean, like, this is a racist or
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, stereotype.
Yeah, we stereotype, but then we pick and choose, and I'm saying that like we can't possibly do that and still expect to find a solution.
Yeah, that's an awesome point. Yeah, like, and yeah, like Renell said too, right? Like, we have to like contextualize it, right? Like the radical behavior or whatnot was not spread, right? Like, it's really easy to pick and choose, like what we want to connotate each of our like opposing beliefs with, right? Like, if I was an Islamophobe, like you said, right, I'd probably want to connotate it to terrorism, when in reality there's lots of beauty in the religion of Islam, right? And same thing with Christianity, right? And with any other like kind of debatable belief, right? Wherever you have some kind of conflict, people will always pick and choose. But yeah, I agree with both of you guys. What about you, Sam? You had anything?
No, you guys said everything.
Okay.
Have you guys watched some of the like streams that people were doing just walking around the place?
In trucker convoys?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. What are they doing there?
Dude, I have been like keeping watch of the like type of people who go there.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the best way to understand what was actually happening there.
Right.
Mhm.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, ignoring like what people were saying, it was just a bunch of misinformed people
Yeah.
in like the comments. But it's actually really interesting to see, because a lot of these people have like very like logical ways of thinking, and like, you know, because the guy goes around, he interviews people. And so one guy was like actually accessing the official like facts and everything,
Right.
and he actually posed a really like smart question. Do you think that what's it called? So he was talking about how have the deaths increased since December through January, or have they decreased, or have they been pretty much the same? And many of the people assume they decreased,
Right.
right? And he pointed out they increased, right? And he came instead of like what is actually accepted as right, this being the Omicron variant, he started talking about how a lot of this is I don't know, some government like
The usual.
sanction, like killing
Yeah.
off of like exact. So like, I don't know, these guys clearly have a little bit of understanding of how to collect data and, you know, process it and everything, but it's just so confusing about how they misconstrue like the end conclusion of it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I
Like
don't know,
like they like you're on the they're on the right track, but just like automatically related to a conspiracy theory. Like
yeah, exactly.
yeah. But yeah, we can go on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
I actually see that a lot with like even people in IB. Like,
Right.
just today I saw like this one person in my class, I won't name who, but like they made, I guess, an outlandish claim based on something that wasn't really directly related. They were like comparing apples and oranges, and like I'm just surprised to see, even like in a program where it's supposed to teach like logical thinking and like open-mindedness, there's still like these prejudices and like ignorance and arrogance.
Right. So yeah, so we could go on. I agree with you, by the way, Sean. I think that's a good point. But and actually, we're going to talk about more about that. I think in the whole IB section of this podcast, right? But we talked about a lot about the issue. We contextualized it. We talked about its perspectives. I think we can also talk about now about what we can do, or like what kind of action we can take to maybe voice our opinions or maybe help with this issue in any way. One of the ideas I had was that I think a lot of these protests always start with information, right? Like your belief of something will dictate your action, and as such, unbiased information is incredibly hard to come by in a very controversial topic, right? Duh. But like when you're working with something like controversial, like a vaccine mandate or whatnot, try to always like we do this with IB, a lot of our IB research and our like these things we do called papers like IAs. You always want to cross-reference your sources. So for example, if you're reading about the vaccine from a source, maybe try and run those numbers or those quotes from that vaccine into your search engine again and check again, are we looking at at a similar document from like another source? Like is there like proof of this as well? Try to maybe look at sources that you don't like to listen to. So if you are very pro-vaccine, maybe try and look to a very anti-vaccine source and maybe see what they have to say. You don't have to obviously appropriate it into your own belief, but at least some perspective is always healthy. And vice versa. If you're very anti-vaccine, maybe try and read a little bit on the statistics, right? So that's what I would think I could do. If you guys have any other ideas for activism,
also,
right?
When you're doing research, a very important thing is to approach your research without any opinion beforehand.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up searching for things that you want to see. That's like a really, really big, biased.
No.
I think there's a name for that, right? Like,
yeah, there's some. I don't remember.
Information bias.
Information bias,
Yeah,
precisely. Yeah. So that's definitely a problem.
There's still a big difference between like making a hypothesis and going in expecting something, right?
Yeah.
True. Maybe like, I guess what you can say is like, go in maybe hoping for something, or maybe predicting a certain answer from your research, but don't necessarily expect it. Like it's hard to do that, right? Like you said, you might be subconsciously just like floating to sources that might like you might hear what you want, right?
There's a difference between like searching with an answer in mind and searching with a question.
Oh, good point.
Usually the answer is like opinion based and the question is more open-ended.
Hey, that's awesome. I think we should all do that. Yeah, that's a great point. Sam, you got any ideas on activism?
Activism?
Yeah, or like how we could approach this. Maybe we could some ways of helping this issue.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Avoid performative activism.
Avoiding performative activism. That's a good one. Yeah. Just chilling. Anyways, but that was mainly the big shtick we wanted to talk about, right? For the global issue here, right? I guess what we're all agreeing on is that information is the big basis of the problem here, as well. We can maybe suggest like trying to always maintain a cool head when talking about things. Do not like become a radicalized person. That's all kind of obvious, but still, why don't we move on to the IB section of this podcast? So this is the last part. We want to talk about stuff like certain tips, things we found interesting. You know what I'm gonna do? Sam, I'm putting you on the spot. You go first. You tell us what you think.
You know how they changed like the TOK like curriculum?
Right.
I found it really interesting that they took out like looking at a different like a counter argument, because in the old TOK essay you would have to talk about a counter argument to your like original argument, but now they just took it out to talk about different point of view that would support your argument.
Oh, so yeah, I do know what you're talking about, because I thought when we wrote the paper, I think we had to
we had to talk about different points of view, but the points of view had to support your argument.
Oh, I see.
They weren't counteracting points of view. And I don't know, I find it more interesting if we looked at counter arguments, because it would show like the it would show both sides of the story.
I see what you're saying. I want to be honest, Sam. I think
You know what
I
I'm
may have written the counter arguments in my paper, so I don't even know if I did it right. Oh, I guess yeah, but I think maybe I made a mistake then. But
Did you mark it? Like,
she did mark mine, yeah.
oh,
So I did okay. So I'm not
Yeah.
too worried. But I think you're right. I think it's more perspectives and counter arguments, right? Like,
kind of in relation to what we are just talking about.
oh yeah, right. That's true. You got any other ideas for us, Sam?
No.
No. Okay. What about anybody else? What do you guys think? We talk about more IB stuff.
We could talk about cast, since this is a cast project.
Yeah. Good point. What can we talk about? Oh yeah. I don't know if this is in stone, but from what I understand, they took out the hours, right? For
Yeah,
cast,
so you don't have to, what's the word? Count how many hours you do.
right? So from what I understand, like it's more the balance they want. Like, and I know I've seen a lot of people talk about this. So like even though they take out the hours, right?
Yep.
I am pretty sure they still want to be able to see a balance between all three. So like for example, you might not list the amount of hours you did like some, it's like let's say activity, like activity, right? But if they see that all your activities are creative and you have like one service and one activity, it isn't very favorable. I actually think I have that problem. I might have to address that. So like I think that's a good tip for anybody who's watching this in IB. Make sure to diversify your cast, even though there isn't that limit anymore, right? But that would be a
I
good
also
tip.
want a balance in reflections. Like your reflections have to be balanced. Like,
Right.
even if you have like a lot of like experience in one side, the reflections have to be the same.
Yeah, good point. I also wanted to talk about this one resource I recommend to everybody, and it's called Classify. It's really good.
Got it.
I love that, man. I fucking love it.
Really?
Oh
What
my
is
god.
it?
So Classify, the way it works is that you can
Sounds
go.
like the ad.
Yeah, it does. My fault. I'm not plugging this. I haven't been paid. I promise you, I am broke. The Classify is like this. It's like this website where you can basically. It's like a crowdsourced. Like everybody puts their IAs, EEs, TOKs for IB students, and you can like go on. I mean, it's not.
Are you not supposed to do that?
No. I think you can. It's like they're exemplars, so you're not like you can't copy them. It's still like plagiarism is obviously not allowed, like, right? Like they made it clear, but you can always find papers online. It's just it makes it easier for you. Like you can like look at these and kind of if you're like struggling with the structure of IAs, which is a big thing for I know a lot of people. At least it is for me. Right, so like I like for example, if you want to look at your business HLIA and you want to see like, oh, how should I generally structure my AA, and you fill in with your own information, you go on Classify, you type in your thing, right? And I think with a free account you get like 3 like assignment views, but
I don't think it's limited.
sorry,
I don't think it's limited.
it isn't.
Why would you ever start charging for things, man?
Yeah, but wait, hear me out.
Some of them are like free, but then some of them are like you need to pay for.
Right, but from what my friends told me, or from what I saw from my own experience, you can also upload your own assignments, and for every assignment that you upload, you get like a credit to look at somebody else's assignment. So it's like a so I think it's Sean, I think the paid assignments are the ones you get credits for. So like if you upload your like I think I uploaded one of my like I think I uploaded my EE and I uploaded my math IA, and like I got 2 credits and I could use it to look at some kind of a paper. So for anybody who's interested, Classify, CLASTIFY is a good point.
Honestly, I didn't even know you could get credits, so I'm actually gonna use that later.
I don't understand why you would ever in like.
Someone's gonna make money right now.
Yeah.
No, this is not the stuff you should be making money off. Of. You should,
It's kind of unethical. Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
like. Why would you exploit like high school students?
Well,
Yeah.
some people are bad people.
Yeah, the way I was just like promoting all their stuff, and I was like, yeah, they're like they're unethical. I mean, you're right, you're not wrong. I'm just saying like I still need my papers somehow. So yeah, that's a good resource if you guys want to use it. If you guys don't want to support,
exploitation.
then don't pay them. Do not do that. But still,
Renault brought up a good point with the exploitation of high school students.
yeah, fair.
But like, at the same time, like, are we just gonna act like College Board doesn't exist?
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah.
people
You have
exploit
to-
everyone.
And Chegg as
Yeah.
well. Like,
Oh my god,
Oh, Chegg.
there's a whole thing with
Grammarly
Chegg.
too, I guess.
Oh my god, yeah.
Chegg has been like outing its customers. Like recently, they came out like, oh, not they didn't come out, but like I've heard about this that people who paid for their like subscription, they're like, oh yeah, they go to College Boards and sometimes, and they're like, yeah, this is plagiarized. You might wanna look with this student. It's
What the hell?
it's crazy. I have no idea.
Against their like conduct.
Probably is at this point.
honestly, they're probably making money off of professors as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
realistically.
So like, they're, you know,
I could definitely see that for sure. But yeah, what else could we talk about? We also have, I think we can wrap this up soon, but I would like to also talk about one more thing. And I think Sean pointed this out to me earlier. One of the things is the like open-mindedness in its goals versus reality. So like we talk about this a lot in IB, like the whole IB learner profile, and boy has it been like talked about, right? Like every single thing we do, they're like, okay, this theme, talk about this theme, you gotta be this guy, this person, these traits,
Really? Like these traits?
right? Like, you know, like
The
the
only-
oh sorry,
Yeah, like the IB like traits, right?
right, exactly.
I've only heard about them in French class though. I have not talked about those traits except for in French.
Right.
it's like, thankfully teachers have some kind of understanding of how useless that is.
Yeah, like I think oh sorry, maybe I'm mixing up the themes and the traits, but I hear a lot of like IB like the TOK stuff sometimes. Like a lot of the IB stuff I hear is like they're really serious on the what's it called? On like the open-mindedness concept. And sometimes it feels forced. Like you can it's great to be open-minded, but you can't always shove it down someone's throat. I think Sean, you were writing about that, so I was gonna ask you like, what did you mean by that? Like, you have any opinions on it?
Yeah, for sure. So like, I find that like, oh my god, where do I start? Like, I just find it funny how it's like you have this like set amount of classes and you're still expected to be like open-minded.
Right. That's true.
We're only limited to like these things, these 6 things, but we're supposed to be open-minded, and like yeah, you could be open-minded within those, but even then like the contents, like okay no, I should stop swearing, but like French,
Yeah.
I just find that like a lot of it is just like consistently like the same type of things over and over again, and it's never like anything new or anything that's actually like mind-opening.
Yeah.
Like there are definitely stuff that like we just don't know about, and like there are things that should be talked about that aren't talked about enough, and then other things that are like way too like much talked about. I feel like we're just so close-minded, and like again we pick and choose what we want to hear and what we want to learn about.
That's a great point. Yeah, a lot of like the courses kind of repeat the same themes. I definitely feel you on that. So yeah, I guess if there's anything we can all take away from this episode, right, of IB. Oh, what happened? What happened to Sam? she just booted up. Sam's back. Okay.
Discord.
All right. So I guess anything we can take away from this is that like the whole theme that we've been going for with this podcast for this first episode was kind of the whole idea of don't be entrenched in your own beliefs. Try to open-mindedness isn't always like forced, right? Like you can always practice it like subtly in your day-to-day life and like your beliefs, your activism, etc. So like we can appreciate it like being taught to us, but at the same time take it with a grain of salt. So yeah, and with that I think generally speaking, unless everybody's satiated, anybody have anything else they want to add?
No.
We're good. Yeah. Okay. Well then, with that, bye to everybody who's listening. Thank you for watching. And that was the IB Club podcast, episode 1. There we go. See you guys.